السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. أفوض أمري إلى الله والله بصير بالعباد. الحمد والثناء لله رب العالمين. ثم الصلاة والسلام والتحية الإكرام على جميع الأنبياء والمرسلين والشهداء والصالحين والصديقين وعلى خير خلقه البشير النذير السراج المنير الذي سمي في السماء بأحمد وفي الأراضين بأبي القاسم محمد صلى على محمد وعلى آل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين ولعن دائم على أعدائهم أعداء الله أجمعين من يوم ظلمهم إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم اجعلني فيه من المتوكلين عليك واجعلني فيه من الفائزين لديك واجعلني فيه من المقربين إليك بإحسانك يا غاية الطالبين. صدق الله وصدق رسوله وصدق ولي الكريم. صلوات. Alhamdulillah, with the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, today is the 10th day of the month of Ramadan al-Mubarak, a great day and the beginning of the second 10 days of this great month of Ramadan al-Mubarak. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala include us among those who rely upon Him. Brothers and sisters, today we want to achieve one more station, inshallah. And once we have a good ma'rifat, recognition, we can achieve to the 10th level of this great month of Ramadan. And on this day, our Imam is asking from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allahumma ja'alni, O Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, include me, fihe min al-mutawakkilin, on this day among those who have a tawakkul upon you. وَجَعَلْنِي فِيهِ مِنَ الْفَائِزِينَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, include us among those who are successful ones in this great month. وَجَعَلْنِي فِيهِ مِنَ الْمُقَرَّبِينَ إِلَيْكَ, so I can be included among those who are so close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ya Ghayat Talibin, O the one who is the wishes of those who are looking for. Brothers and sisters, in this dua, although today I would like to extend my deepest tasliyat to you all and Imam of our time for the rahlats of noble lady of Islam, Khadijatul Kubra, Ruhi wa arwahul alayhi min al-maghdam al-fida. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us her ma'rifat, so inshallah we can have her as a role model, inshallah. Today, inshallah, I'm going to talk and discuss a little bit about Hazrat Khadija also. Before that, I would like to touch some brief, introduction of this dua. The first sentence is about mutawakkilin. The question is, what is tawakkul? Tawakkul is from wikala, wakala. When we say wikala, wakala, it means when you hire attorney. Why you hire attorney? Because you know that in order to defend, in order to make your point, you want to rely on someone who can take care of you. knowing that it's going to be uphill battle, a difficult, especially when it comes to the law enforcement, and the law is not that clear, and you don't want to mess up yourself. You go and you hire attorney, so you can rely upon the attorney. So wakala means to rely on someone who can take care of you when you cannot defend yourself. Wakala. Tawakkul meaning that I want to rely on someone who can take my case and defend on my behalf. In this entire system, who is the Raziq? Allah. Khaliq? Allah. Hakim? Allah. Shahid? Allah. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is a witness. He's a judge. He is the creator of everything. So why I should rely on someone else? I want to rely on Allah. So once I rely upon Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, wal wakil, He will be my attorney. Was shahid, he will be my witness, and he is hakim, he is the judge. So the judgment day I'm going to be very peaceful. Why? Because I rely upon him, who will be my attorney to pursue my case. Inshallah, he will take care of my case in the best situation, inshallah. So this is the wikala. One of the very important aspects for the wikala is when we talk about wikala, we say, you know what, I should rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yes, therefore I want to, take back seat. I should not do anything because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala taking care of me. We have to understand that in order to achieve one small thing, for example, if I want to eat a bread, all the conditions is not under my control. Yes, I have money, I have a strong will, I can go, I can buy, I can bring the bread on the table, and I can eat. Yes, I can imagine all that. But there is an unknown fact to it. What if, while I'm driving, something happened? What if, while I want to take a bite, all of a sudden Malakul Maut comes? Wal mautu yati baghdatan wal qabru sunduqul amal. What if something happened? What if I have money in my pocket, everything? If I go, for whatever the reason, the market is closed, something could happen. Not everything under my control. So, in that case, you need to rely on something. And we rely on each other. Big time, left and right. For a small thing, I rely on the company that this company will going to pay me. We don't know, all of a sudden bankruptcy, this and that, tens of other things. But I will rely on my company. I rely on the system, society. We rely on this, for example, center, that once we come to center is open. There is something, we can have some food, iftari, all that. We rely on each other. So once we rely on each other, what about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? We should not rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Brothers and sisters, relying on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the key to success. But relying on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we have one is material means or duties and responsibilities. And end of the day, I want to rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, tawakkaltu ala al-hayy alladhi la yamuts. You will be my best protector, and you will be my best wakil. You'll take care of everything. After all, I want to rely upon you. It's very clear. But I have to take care of all my duties and responsibilities. I cannot close my eyes from my duties and responsibilities and assuming that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will take care of that. No. We heard the beautiful story that tie your camel but rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. A person in the time of our Imam, a holy prophet, he said, you know what? Tawakkaltu ala Allah. I rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And he left the camel. And he went to masjid, he prayed the masjid, Allahu Akbar. And when he came back, the camel was not there. He came to the Prophet complaining, Ya Rasulullah, you said to rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I did. What happened? My camel gone. The Prophet said, did you tie the camel first and then you rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? This is your duty and responsibility. We have to do everything what we have in our possession. Brothers and sisters, Imam Hussain, when he says, Tawakkaltu Allah, he did everything, even Ali Asghar. When he was battling for a glass of water, knowing that these A'da Ashqiya, Zalimin, oppressors, they have no mercy, because you don't need to have a genius mind or ilm ghaib. You can assess that these people, they have no mercy at all. Those who stop the water, knowing that the children of Imam Hussain there, they stop anyway. How can you rely or how can you go and ask from those people? Imam Hussain, he had two choices. One is to dig the well. That's what Abul Fazl Abbas, Imam al-Hussain, on the night of Ashura, they did their duties. Can you imagine that? The tent are so close to the river, Frat River. And those who have experience close to a river or ocean, if you dig a little bit, 2-3 feet, you will find the water. Subhanallah, this is a blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the test of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. For one side, Imam Hussain, he has to show the miracle. Ka'be Wahabi, a Jew person, Christian mother, father Jew, he was a Jew. Imam Hussain, he has to show the miracle, and just taking out the rock, water, fountain of water is coming out, and Imam Hussain showed the miracle. Because of that water, the Jew person became Muslim, and he was with Imam Hussain on the day of Ashura. But from the 7th of the Muharram till 10th of Muharram, Imam Hussain Shahid Mutahari, he quoted that he did 70 places. 70 places he dig the well, but there is no water, not even a drop of water. Why? Because it's a test from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But Imam Hussain, he did. Why? Because he has to complete his duty. And even after the shahadat of all the ashab, when Ali Asghar was battling, he did not leave him, assuming that, these A'da, they're not going to do anything. Anyhow, he will die that. No, he has to take him, and he has to go, and he has to ask for water from A'da. And they retaliate with worse thing. But Imam Hussain, after that, he said, Tawakkaltu Allah. I did everything what are in my possession, and now I want to rely on Allah subhanahu. Brothers and sisters, this is the beautiful message for all of us. And we heard that Imam Ali alayhi salam, when he got injured on the 19th of month of Ramadan, this great month, after he got the injured, he said, Fustu Rabbil Kaaba, and right after that, what he said? Oh, my son Hassan, go and bring the doctor, Tabib. Sa'ad ibn Sawhan, he said, Ya Mawla, Ya Aqa, oh my master, you are the Tabib of Atibba. Imam Ali said, no, this is my duty at this time. Tabib has to come and see me. And he knew from ilm ghaib that no one can save him. Why? Because he has to do everything, brothers and sisters. After Tabib came and he said that, "Oh Ali, there is no hope because the weapon they use is full of poison and there is no hope that you can recover from this point." Imam Ali said, "Tawakkaltu ala al-hayy." Now I want to rely to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is the beautiful lessons we can get from Ashura, from Imam Hussain. He didn't say that, you know what, we're not going to dig any well because there's no point, no water. No, 70 places till the last moment. He has to take care of his duty and responsibility. Imam Ali did the same. And then they rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Amir al-Mu'mineen, all of us, we know that Imam Ali alayhi salam, he is Allah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala communicated Holy Prophet with the voice of Amir al-Mu'mineen on the night of Mi'raj. Abdullah bin Umar, son of Umar, Abdullah, he narrates that. He said, when Holy Prophet came back from Mi'raj, we ask Holy Prophet, بِأَيِّ لِسَانٍ خَاطَبَكَ اللَّهِ, with what language Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talked to you, Holy Prophet? Holy Prophet said, بِلِسَانِ عَلِيِّ ibn Abi Talib. Imam said, رؤيا أمير المؤمنين إن النبي سأل ربه في ليلة المعراج. On the night of Mi'raj, Holy Prophet asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Ya Rabbi, O my Lord, Ayyul a'mal afdal, best action you like. فقال, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, ليس شيء عندي أفضل من التوكل علي والرضا بما قسمت. Best action, a'mal, deed to me is die والرضا بما قسمت, to be happy with what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala distributed. Brothers and sisters, Imam Ali first night of Ramadan in Medina, not in Kufa, Medina, or during the time of the Khulafa, was carrying the seeds of dates, bag of seeds of dates, and a man came to beloved Imam Amir. He said, Ya Ali, what are you carrying? He said, Insha'Allah, trees of date. Trees of date? Yes, you will see that with the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I rely upon Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. These are the trees of date. That man said, we saw that Amir al-Mu'mineen, he planted on the first night of the month of Ramadan. After a couple of years, these dates became tree. That's tawakkul. Yes, Imam, he did everything and then he did tawakkul to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. فَإِذَا عَزَمْتَ فَتَوَكَّلْ عَلَى اللَّهِ. Once you decided something, it's very important that before you make any decisions, azamta, you need to take care of all the options. And once you're convinced that this is the best option for me, I want to take care of that, tawakkal ala Allah. Rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and complete that. Don't have any doubts in between. Why? Because you decided and do it. Lots of times what we do is we flip-flop, we jump. Even for example, our children, what they do is after high school, for first 2 years, they have a privilege to choose one of the majors. What they do is they flip-flop. First 6 months, third 6 months. I saw that some of them, they go for 3-4 years, just assuming that this is good, this is good, this is good. No. The best time is when you are in high school, before you apply for any university, make a decision. Have some counseling based on your talent, passion. Have someone who can give you the guidance. After all that, فَإِذَا عَزَمْتَ فَتَوَكَّلْ عَلَى اللَّهِ. The same thing for your, life, your house, everything, all that. You need to do diligence and everything you have to do. And after you take care of everything, second, وَمَنْ يَتَوَكَّلْ عَلَى اللَّهِ فَهُوَ حَسْبُهُ. When you rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Problem with us is, I want to go and rely on here, there, everyone, every person, every black and white, everything. But amazed that Marhum Bahjat, he said that the amount we rely on the doctor, physician, we don't have the same amount of reliance to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I go to doctor says, I believe that, na'udhu billah, la samhallah, you have a cancer. And in the first stage or second stage, you need to go through a surgery right away, tumor, whatever. I rely on that person. I go, I take a risk, I pay money, I take everything. I want to take care of that. Why? Because I rely on the doctor, what he said. Simple one word. If someone says that, you know what? I saw a very dangerous snake is coming inside of the room. All of us want to fuck it. Just rely on that person. Baba, Holy Prophet, he said, وَالْمَوْتُ يَأْتِي بَغْتَةً وَالْقَبْرُ صُندُوقُ الْعَمَلِ. Death will come. Your life is not going to be finished here. This life is just qantara, a drop compared to your eternal life. Do we rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? And beloved Imam Amir al-Mu'mineen, Imam said, during the month of Ramadan, if you take care of the makhluk, I will be shafi on the judgment day. Allahu Akbar. It's good that we have to practice reliance on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in our life. Third, إِنَّهُ لَيْسَ لَهُ سُلْطَانٌ إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَلَى رَبِّهِمْ يَتَوَكَّلُونَ. Shaitan will not going to leave anyone except those who rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. No, Shaitan, he will make every attempt and every, the potentials to make you not to offer the prayer, to commit a sin. The night of Qadr, Shaitan will weep. Why? Because, Ya Rabbi, oh Allah, I did everything whole 1 year to make him astray, to make him sin, everything. And look what happened. You open the door of istighfar and tawbah, and he's doing istighfar and tawbah. Why? Because you rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We believe, one of the very important aspects in this great month of Ramadan, Holy Prophet, in the last week of month of Sha'ban, when he delivered the beautiful speech about the month of Ramadan, he said the biggest sin is to doubt about the reward of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Doubt that, I don't know, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive me or not. That's the biggest sin ever one can imagine. إن كنتم آمنتم بالله فعليه. To believe that we believe on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then why we don't rely on Allah? This is the beautiful things. Tawakkul, when it comes to tawakkul, we have one of the most important personality in the history, not Masoom, not Imam, is Khadija, the Ummul Mu'mineen. As our sixth Imam said, when I call Ummul Mu'mineen, Hazrat Khadija, I feel peace and quality, because she deserves this title of being mother of the believers. Brothers and sisters, today, the day of the rahlat of all the believers' mother. If we are believer or mothers, Wafat is today, Khadija. And she relied on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala all the way. When people they came left and right and they're making fun of her, that you know what? You gave everything to Holy Prophet, everything to Muhammad. What happened to yourself? You need to be smart. You need to have something. He said, I have Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. La yukhlifullah mi'ad. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala not going to go against his promises. For Muhammad wa ali Muhammad salawat. Khadija, noble lady of Islam. Her name is Khadija bint Khuwailad bint Asad bin Abdul Aziz bin Qusay bin Kilab. So, Hazrat Khadija from third generations up, when it goes to the Qusay, Qusay was great grandfather of Holy Prophet and great grandfather of Hazrat Khadija, both of them. About Hazrat Khadija, in Allah ikhtara min al-nisa'i arba'a. Prophet said, indeed Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala chooses 4 women about all the women. One is Maryam bint Imran. Second, Asiya bint Muzahim. Third one is Khadija bint Khuwailad. Fourth one is Fatima bint. And Holy Prophet said, indeed, Behesht, Jannat is desiring, longing for Hazrat. Innal Jannata, indeed Jannat has ishtiyaq, desiring, longing each and every split second to have Hazrat. Ma kamala min nisa illa arba'a. One of the women, those who reach the complete stage of humanity, is there to be a complete. We're not. Not about that. Striving, we're trying, we want to thrive towards that point. But Khadija able to reach to that point. Ma qama wala istiqama dini illa deen. And the Holy Prophet said, gave the speech when people they came clapping the clapping Holy Prophet on the in Medina, and everyone says, you know what, I did this, I did that. Holy Prophet said, let me clear to you guys. 3 things gave the life to Islam. One is the sarwats and then the wealth of Khadija. Second one is support of Abu Talib. Third one is the shuja'at and strength of Amir al-Mu'mineen. The point that when Holy Prophet was coming back from the heaven, lamma raja'atu min as-sama', when I was coming back from the heaven, 7th heaven, Jibreel, he was with Holy Prophet all the time. And they had a good time. Jibreel, فقلت يا جبريل, I said, يا جبريل, هل لك حاجة? Do you have any need, any حاجة? All Jibreel said, حاجتي أن تقرأ من الله مني على is to go and convey to Khadija my salam and my Allah's salam. This is the greatness of Khadija. When Holy Prophet came to Khadija and he said, Ya al-Mu'mineen, O al-Mu'mineen, Khadija, Habibati, Khadija, Inna Allah wa Jibreel, indeed Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and Jibreel, they convey salam to you. فقالت, Hazrat Khadija said, Inna Allah huwa salam, wa minhu salam, wa ilayhi ya'udu salam, wa Jibreel as-salam. Complete peace, salam. All the salam goes back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we are seeking salam from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And indeed, my salam to Jibreel. At that time, Jibreel came to the Prophet said, Ya Rasulullah, indeed Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is son, Lamb of Jah, and indeed he fulfilled his promises towards Hazrat or Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Brothers and sisters, lots to talk about Khadija, her contribution. One gave the support to Holy Prophet and Islam when Islam needed. Because in Mecca, Islam was growing and people they had their own agendas, their own benefits to become Muslim. And if you're not Muslim, you're not going to have all those privileges. In Iran, after the revolution, they're making fun of there was a joke said, anyone has, make your point. That they used to hide when they're among those who are, when among the mas'uleen, those who are, the righteous people, say, Salamun alaikum, see the beard. If they don't want to show the beard, say, Salamun alaikum, so they can see the shaved side, or they can see the beard side. That's a kind of joke. Medina also the same thing. Why? Because Medina, they had lots of stakes. If you're Muslim, you can have lots of privileges. That's why people, even munafiqeen, they had agreed towards their own wealth or their position, whatever, and they want to become Muslim. And they think that, oh, I helped. Indeed, Khadija helped Holy Prophet and Islam when Islam needed. One of the beautiful points about it is Khadija, she was one of the wealthy lady, and she was a businessman, again, businesswoman. At that time, do a business, it's not. We have numerous ahadith and riwayat and also historical point that how she gathered all this wealth and so on and so forth. Deep about that. But in a nutshell, she had the wealth to the point that no house in Mecca or around the Mecca they owed to Khadija. Everyone. Had 5,000 people. Those who were working for her. One of those is Holy Prophet. Prophet was working for Khadija. When Abu Talib came to Khadija and said that I want my nephew, Holy Prophet Muhammad, to work. So Hazrat Khadija, she gave she was trusting Holy Prophet and Hazrat Khadija, she felt that based on my knowledge and expertise, I think that he should be the best compatible for me. And the long story, I don't want to go into. People from left and right, from the Medina, from Mecca, they came to, especially women, said, Ya Khadija, you are the wealthiest lady, and you're giving the one who will distribute among the people. End of the day, you're not going to have anything, nothing. Said, what I got, you cannot imagine, you cannot see. Generations to come, they can see what I got and what I'm losing. What I'm losing is qantara, this dunya. What I'm getting is unlimited. The point that same Khadija was helping and donating everywhere, left and right, when she was expecting. All the women, they boycotted. No one wants to come and give the help to Khadija while she is going through the labor pain. Not that easy. Allama Tabatabai says that Khadija, she was staring to the walls and said, Ya Muhammad, Holy Prophet, you can go outside because the labor pain is going high. I'm alone. No one is there to help Hazrat Khadija, the wealthiest lady on the earth. Holy Prophet said, indeed, don't worry about that because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will take care of you. At that time, four women, the best of the best, they came down to assist Hazrat Khadija. That was the miracle from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to show some of the glimpse of the bounties of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which Hazrat Khadija, she will enjoy forever and ever. Second, when she was, in Sha'b Abi Talib, all the Mecca people came, those who were in Sha'b Abi Talib, in the siege of Abu Talib, were two types of people. One is those who went there by force, because you are belong to Holy Prophet, you're Muslim, or you're close to Holy Prophet, you need to go there, and we have the embargo against you. And some of them, like Khadija, they went by their even the father of Muawiyah, Abu Sufyan, came to Khadija and he said, Ya Khadija, we have no fights against you. We owe you big time. Not only we, all the Mecca people. And this siege is not against you. You don't have to go there. You have your home and you can stay here. Everything. But this is only for those who are follower of the Bani Hashim and Holy Prophet and few people. Khadija said, indeed, what you're offering me is nothing. If I live in the castle, the best comfortable zone on the earth without Muhammad, that is a hell for me. And if I'm with Holy Prophet Muhammad, with all the difficulties, that's the paradise for me. Dhakal Jannah hadha nar. That's the hell and that's the Jannah. I'm going towards the Jannah. That was the strong will of Khadija. Stayed there for 3 years. Left and right. She was preparing the food for the people. The wealthy lady, right now, she has to go through all those hardships for 3 years. It's not that easy. Those 3 years, things are getting worse and worse and worse. Everywhere Holy Prophet is going, is attack. And only 3 personalities, Khadija, Ali, and Fatima, they used to comfort Holy Prophet. 3 people. One day, Holy Prophet announced that, Alhamdulillah, siege is ended and we're going back to our homes. When Holy Prophet announced, Khadija, she was battling last days of her life because of 3 years. To the point that our Imams, Aimatul Huda, they said that indeed Khadija Utila, she killed because of those sanctions against Holy Prophet and Khadija. The sanctions has effect. Right now, if you look at to the Yemen, you look at to the Raza and Syria and other places, the sanction has a huge impact. Thousands of life, people they're giving their life. Because they have nothing, because of siege. And the result of the siege, embargo, is Hazrat Khadija, she has to give the life. Last moment of her life. She wants to give the wasiyah. Beloved Imam Amir. First sentence of the wasiyah is, O Muhammad, Ya Rasulullah, O Messenger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, indeed, I lived with you all these long years. I ask nothing but your pleasure and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's pleasure. Now, I want two things. One, I can announce. The second one is I cannot say that. Only I can tell to my daughter Fatima, and she can convey that message. The first thing what I need from you is, oh Muhammad's, in our family life, in our spouse life, I may commit some mistakes. I want from you at this time. When Holy Prophet heard, he said, Astaghfirullah, la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. Oh Khadija, indeed, you were my best helper. You helped me when I needed, Islam needed. Everyone is going against us, and you helped me and Islam, and you have no mistakes. And then few other wasiyah. One of the wasiyah, she said, is I have haya, and I can talk to Fatima. When Hazrat Holy Prophet, he left the room, gave the space between her and her daughter Fatima, she grabbed the Fatima, hugged the Fatima. She said, Ya Fatima, oh my daughter Fatima, I'm leaving pretty soon. Your father is the best father, and he can take care of everything. But indeed, I have a wasiyah that from my mal, from my wealth, everything, Father, he distributed for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And right now I'm leaving, I have no kafan. Imagine that, the one who was helping for thousands of people right now because of Islam. Brothers and sisters, this is the sacrifice in Islam. الَّذِينَ قَالُوا رَبُّنَا اللَّهُ ثُمَّ اسْتَقَامُوا. Those who say Allah, they have to dedicate to the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And she's leaving without having kafan. I need a kafan. I want to have the abba of your father. Can you be shafi between me and your father? I don't know Hazrat Zahra. She was maybe 4 or 5 or 6 or 7, based on different narrations and ahadith, around that age. I don't know how she was carrying all that. All of a sudden, what we know is Holy Prophet, he heard the buka, the crying of mother and daughter. Holy Prophet, he cannot take it anymore. He enters and he said, Habibati, oh my lover, oh my Habiba, Khatija. And Holy Prophet came and he saw, Inna lillah wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Hazrat Khatija, she left this world. And Hazrat Zahra, salam alaiha, while she was crying, Holy Prophet said, tell me, what was the will of your mother? Hazrat Zahra, she said, my will of my mother is to give her kafan of your abba. The moment she said, Jibreel came, he said, indeed, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent this kafan to Khatija. Indeed, Khatija, she helped everything, and she gave in the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala everything. And now it's a time for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give back. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent this kafan. Holy Prophet said, Ya Allah, kun shafi'ana. You be witness that she gave everything for your path, and she's going without kafan. With the kafan you send from the heaven, and my rida, I want to bury. Ya Khatija, I want to convey you salam. Yes, indeed, the rida of Holy Prophet was kafan. Come to Karbala and see your grandson Imam Hussein, and he has no kafan. Assalamu alayka ya Aba Abdillah, وعلى الأرواح التي حلت بفنائك عليك مني جميعا سلام الله ولا جعله الله. السلام على الحسين وعلى إلى أرواح المؤمنين بلا خصم الحاضرين يوم رحم الموت. الفاتحة.
محمد وآل محمد صلوات. اللهم صل. Mu'minin, inshallah, right after the iftar, we will have majlis once again in Urdu by Moulana Nabi Raza Abidi, inshallah, followed by Dua Kamel, inshallah. And get ready with your wuzu, inshallah. In few minutes, we are going to continue our program with Salat al-Maghribain. And I will request Brother Nouri to come to the mic for Azan. Brother Nouri, come to the mic for Azan, inshallah. Sisters, if you can please vacate the hall A so we can remove the partition, inshallah.